Now, my name is Lou DiPaolo, and I am the fourth generation here in New York City's Little Italy at DiPaolo's. I might have been born in Manhattan, but I was almost born in this shop. People ask me, how many years have you been behind the counter? I'm 64, and I've been behind the counter for 65 years. I literally grew up at DiPaolo's. DiPaolo's is a family business that goes back over 100 years. It started with my great-grandfather, Savino DiPaolo. Savino DiPaolo immigrated from a region of Italy called Basilicata, mountainous, very difficult farming territory, and in 1903 settled here on Mott Street in New York City's Little Italy. He opened up his first shop in 1910, and in 1925, my grandparents, Luigi and Concetta, opened up an additional DiPaolo's. That's the place we continue today. So we've been in Little Italy for over 100 years, but the shop we're in right now is a little over 85 years. My grandmother used to make a statement, nothing lasts forever, not even the stars in heaven. And when you think about it, this neighborhood has always been a neighborhood of immigrants. In the late 1700s, this area was populated by the freed slaves of New York State. And then it was the Irish immigrants. After the Irish immigrants, who came along in the 1880s? The Italians, the lowest of the lows. The Italians here settled in this heavily populated area. New tenement buildings were being built at the time after the Great Fire of this area. And it was a welcoming sight because now they didn't have to go to the Backhauser or the back house to go to the bathroom. They would go to a house in the hall, which they shared with their neighbor. That's where my grandparents lived. Over the years, as Italian immigrants came to this area, it became more and more Italian orientated. But in 1963, immigration laws changed. And when that happened, no more Italians and Western Europeans came to America as immigrants, but the door was open for Eastern Europeans, people from the Middle East, people from Latin America, and of course, Asia. Little Italy bordered Chinatown, a small Chinatown, and it was a natural progression for the Chinese community, the Asian community, to fill the void of no more Italians coming to this community. People used to say to me, hey, why would you open up an Italian store in this neighborhood? It's all Chinese. This has always been our neighborhood. When my father retired in 1990 and said to my sister Marie, my brother Sal, and myself, do you want to continue this business? The neighborhood is changing. Let's focus in on us. And let's not go forward. Let's go backwards. Let's think about how our grandparents and great-grandparents ran DiPaolo's. And because this neighborhood changed and the surrounding community on my area, on Mott Street, became mostly Asian, we became, in a strange way, more in focus. And today, this neighborhood, my neighborhood, is changing again. Children of all immigrants are moving into the area. It's becoming gentrified. A shopkeeper like myself finds it very difficult because rising rents, rising real estate taxes, and other fixed expenses, it makes it very difficult for a small family business, a mama and papa business, as we consider ourselves, to continue in New York City. This is not only happening here in Little Italy. This is happening all through the New York City area. And even Brooklyn. Brooklyn has become an area that's becoming almost impossible to rent a space in. Where is the average person going to live? It's pretty scary, but we'll find a way. And when we find that way, find that solution, we're going to continue in our tradition. There are a few things that I could say that I miss in this community. I miss the the old ladies coming in, literally old ladies coming in and haggling over 2 cents or 3 cents, or can I have an extra shopping bag? You don't see that anymore. And you don't see that kind of warmth that one person has for another. The neighborhood is so diverse today that you could be living in the same building and not know each other. Whereas I remember our customers that used to come in, and everyone would greet each other, and one person lived on Crosby Street, 4 or 5 blocks away, and another one lived on Eldridge Street, another 5, 6 blocks away, but they knew each other. It was a community that people seemed to gravitate. And I'd like to think they met them here in DiPaolo's, but naturally they met them in the neighborhood, whether it was at the fruit and vegetable market, the fish market, the meat market. I miss all that. I miss the different markets that we have and the different people on a daily basis coming in, and the people that live and really make this neighborhood what it was. Today you find a lot of corporations, big box stores coming in, trying to emulate the mama and papa place. They want to have small little mama and papa places within their big supermarket. You'll find that happening. But is it the same? No, it's definitely not the same, because you don't have that individual personality one-on-one. The salespeople in these big box stores are here today and they're gone tomorrow. There's very few establishments that could say we have 5 generations that have worked in this place. This neighborhood is changing so rapidly. I have to say, I don't even think it's going to be 10 years when you're going to see drastic changes. You turn right around the corner, hotels and condominiums are going up. These old tenement buildings are being renovated. Yes, it's becoming much more livable and more habitable and more beautiful. I don't know about that. I like the old structures. In 10 years, we're going to have a lot of transient people, in and out, in and out. I'm afraid this is not going to be a place where you're going to raise your children for a long period of time. It's going to be a place that you're going to, a stepping stone. You come here, stay here for a few years, and then you move on. And in a way, the Italian immigrants were supposed to do that, but many families stayed here for multiple generations. You're not going to see that anymore. To me, this was always a safe neighborhood. This neighborhood always had a sense of spirit and camaraderie. And you took care of your own. If one of your neighbors didn't have, you made sure that they had. You would help your neighbors. That you don't see anymore. And just the other day, I had someone come in here, very elderly man, saying to me, I haven't been here in quite a few years, but I just want you to know, I used to come in here with my father when I was a young boy. And when I come in here, he felt this presence of his father, which was really a testament of what DiPaolo's is all about. Family and bringing family together through food.